Alright, good morning everyone. Welcome back to Dunk's Code Tutorials. We where we trade synthetic indices daily, and we look at several of these assets. Just like how the description tells us, we look at the crashes, the volatilities, the jumps. We try to analyze together and we see how we can make money on the daily. Yes, so right now, let's jump into it. Welcome, Felix. You're the when I start to give out gifts, I would think I'll start with you. You're the one who comes in first. All right. Otherwise, welcome everyone once again. So we are here today. We're going to do what? We're going to review. Let me reset my comments here. Let me reset my comments here. Alright, okay, now on and refresh. Alright, refresh. Alright, I think now we are good to go. Yes, now I can see the comments, and now I can actually bring them in here. All right, so as usual, sorry about that. As usual, we're going to start with crash 500. We're going to start with crash 500. Welcome Yasin. So crash 500, what happened? Yeah, we saw the breakout two times. This is what H1, I want H4. So we saw this. We can remove this aside. We saw this breakout yesterday, came back to this this level there, and then reacted, trying to go back inside, but it closed outside on this candle here. Let me just put a back there. And we go to H1, we look at it. Yes, it tried to go there, but the H4 candle closed outside. Then we can see what followed later on. It was a sell. Right now we can see even the previous candle is a sell. So how do we work with this? We know that we are trying to look for this. We are trying to look for this, and it has reacted on that level, gave us a pullback a bit. And let me look at daily. Yeah, so that was a pullback that happened. So according to H1, let's look at that. It was a return to this order block. Is it significant? Let's see. What do we have on M15? M15, that's sort of a higher high. Failed to make a new low down below here. According to M15, according to H1, it's almost the same. So failed to make a new lower low down below, gave us a double bottom, then started to go into the highs. So this is like sort of a return to the breakout structure. Probably the order block on H1. Yes, return to order block on H1, this one here. But does that mean we are heading to buys? Let's look at that to see. This was breakout structure. What does H4 show us? H4, something is weird. M15 and H1, they're trying to show us that we are shifting to buys. The last H4, it's sort of a retest to continue the sales, and daily actually daily will be continuing the buys. Daily will be continuing the buys. So if we were to come back here, actually we use daily. Let me first remove this here and then put our fib. What we see, is it actually right? Wow, it may, because that one came to discount level, just came below our 50%. So it may, but right now what we can see is low momentum, but it may, because of what we can see here, that price is reached actually down below to the discount level, according to what we have here. Wow. Okay, so that would be changing the analysis. But before we do that, let me put back my thing here. Look, we're still aiming for that. So I will wait for this current candle to close, H4 candle, then we can know if really the buys are coming in. We can know if really the buys are coming in. And now that I've done that, I want to remove these that I was trying to understand? Then now bring my support trend line there. Bring my support trend line there. All right. Good morning, Levy. All right. Just remove that for now. We'll be coming to it later on. So those who may be wondering, this is a crash 500. Let me put the word here. This is crash 500. It's crash 500 that we are on. So right now we are looking at that. And if I put that now, I'll see something different. This this will tend to be if this is a previous move, which was a buy, looking at that, then this will tend to be looking for this later on. If it breaks out, that means it will be a short buy, and then later on see sells to where? To our level here. So nothing to conclude right now. This is H1. I don't normally trust analysis on H1, but for now I want to do what? To just go with it. We know that that was a rising wedge, and this is a move that we are anticipating, and we saw the breakout there. But now we are seeing some other consolidation happening, which is in sort of, let me go to H4. H4 won't be clear. It will be clear in H1 and M15. It will be clear in H1 and M15. So price will tend to fake us there as if it's getting into the buys. Then probably according to H4 we will see some bit more of sales to this level, to the discount, to give us at least some substantial level in the discount level there. So right now I will just wait from what I've just seen, being sort of a channel. This is a channel, it's not even a what. Probably if I draw it like this, yes, yeah, that's a low, fake breakout, then get back in. Yeah, so this is a channel right here where we are right now. It is a channel, and we know that a channel is always a continuation of the previous trend, and our previous trend is this small buy there. That is like a small buy that we are looking at, the buy that brought us into that, and we saw that. You can see that, but again it's something different. If this is here, then that means our previous trend would be this. That means it will continue consolidating within this channel until it reaches down to this, this other support, or call it our level of interest that we are waiting for, so that we can make our buy entries. So we have two analysis. If this becomes true, then it's going to keep on consolidating until it comes to this level, until it comes to that level down below here. But then we will have our buys from that level according to H4. That's what I'm now seeing, and I think it's the valid analysis I want to choose to remove this, because this tends to be our low that gave us that high. This is a low that gave us that high, low, high, low, and high there. So I want to somehow follow this as my previous trend, not this. Yes, so that means I'm left with this option to continue within the channel here, and then it will give us what? Then it will bring us to our level, probably. So we now wait for what will happen. We know that at the end of the day we will see a breakout. We will not even see a breakout right now, because it is a channel and we are selling. We may not see any breakout, so I may have to delete this and this. Now we maintain our channel there that is currently undergoing. So currently we are seeing some sort of sales, but we'll come to this, then later on to that, like that, until it gives us a level that we want, because on H4 we are clearly selling, and though we have low momentum, it means it is going to drag until it reaches to this level. That's why I have my buy limits there, and ready to enter my buys down below there. We would even put another one here, just there, this one in the middle. So those are my buy limits. All right, so let's check. Do we have some comments here? All right, good evening. Good morning, Mose and Levi, Yasin. All right, so now let's jump to another asset that was Crash 500. Let's now jump to Boom 1000. Boom 1000. Boom 1000. So with Boom 1000, we all know how we've been following it up. So yesterday we wanted it to come to that level, which is our sort of breaker block, and then we get our entries, but it failed. It hasn't reached. In fact, if we go to H1, we may see something. Let's look at that. So high, start a high. We are seeing something like that, and you can see the low momentum happening there. Such a low momentum. So this, because of its low momentum into the cells, let's find the reason why it is having low momentum. You can see on H4, it's because of that we reached that level, and that's why we are seeing a low momentum. According to H4, we're supposed to be looking for buys, because we are on that fair value gap. We are oversold according to CCI there. According to daily, we're supposed to be selling. According to daily. So it only means, according to H4, weekly, we are supposed to be buying. So weekly and H4 are having the same trend. But daily somehow shows us that it needs some sells before it goes to buys. So it can leave us with one opinion here, actually rather one, like more like 2 or 3 opinions here. This selling a bit more to this level, then coming in with the buys to look for which liquidity now. Yes, coming in to coming into this level now, because I know it's going to respect what it gave us here. This is sort of like a flag, you understand? That's a flag according to H4. That's a flag, and it is showing us exactly this previous move here. It's where our sell is. It's going to react from there. So if that is the case and it's going to react from there, that means we'll be ready with our buys on H4 to bring us back to this level here where it broke structure from, or call it the breaker block here. So it will give us that, and if it gives us that, according to H4 will now become overbought, and then the sells will come in on daily to take us down below to this level. So I'm trying to do an overall view or analysis. Remember, this is just an analysis. We are trying to determine what may happen. It's not conclusive. We are following what we have, the data. Data may change according to the market. It may change. So right now what we see is actually a sell to bring us all the way down below. So can I make my entries? Let's see. M15 no, H1 no. Now I wait for a retest, problem H1 or M15. I had my entry there on M15 when it made that retest, but it is far long gone, so I don't have an entry. So I will wait one on H1 when it makes a retest on H1. Then I will make my entry sells, my sell entries there to bring me down below to this order block on H4. And then later on I will actually now be looking for buys when it reaches to this level. Now this buy will be according to daily, not H4. This exact buy will be according to daily. Actually will be according to H4, this buy, because we are oversold on H4. So if it comes back here, then we have our buy entries to take us there. Then we have our sell entries from right away from that level. But it may exceed here. It may exceed here to just grab the stop losses of the guys who were waiting to sell from this level. So it may exceed a bit. It may exceed a bit to probably that order block, to take the stop losses of the guys that actually had their their sell limits on that level there, so that it can have enough liquidity to push this price all the way to this level. So be cautious when we are doing this. All right, I think I want to leave that at that. So this one, for me to make my sell entries, I will only make them on H1, but after some retracement candle happening. Probably at 11 we may see one, so probably by midday we may have our entries, so you can make your calculations properly and see if you can actually stay around the charts to wait for such, or keep on watching the time and look at if it will actually give you what we anticipate. All right, time to check on the comments. We are still good, no issues, no any other comment. So now we jump to another asset, and this time is going to be V10 1S, and V10 1S has finally given us what we've been waiting for. So this is V10, we'll call it volatility 10 1S. Volatility. All right, so that's V10 1S. Okay, let's just let's remove it. So it's volatility 10S, and now from where we are currently, it's now going as planned. It finished what it did, took the liquidity it wanted from all those levels, and now it has broken our structure, that one we were waiting for. We were waiting for this, and those who have been around following the episodes of these analysis, we are ready to make our entry as long as we have some certainty of a pullback. Those who have big accounts, in fact, let me show you this, but don't try this. This is what M10. Don't try this. I'm going to show you some confirmation, and you'll be shocked. This is, I normally teach this to the guys who come in for the classes. So, but it may take some time. Okay, let me just use Bollinger Band, because the one I want to show you will take some time to be able to do what? To understand. Alright, so a pullback is anticipated. So the current candle, if it doesn't close within below our level there, and then I will be waiting. We'll be actually making our entries. We'll be making our entries there. Yes, we'll be making our entries there. So H1 breakout, and now retest. But this time I'm going to make my entries on H1. I've just seen a doji there. Alright, so now we leave that for now. Any additions there on 500, I mean on V10 1S, because that one we just are waiting for entries after that retest candle that has started at 11. If you have a question, please, you can always put it in the comment section, and I will look into it after that. Okay, so that's currently happening. Let's look at M15. Actually, we have not seen M15. Yeah. So looking at M15, let me show you something. Looking at M15, there are always several ways you can always determine where we can enter our prices from. So from this level here, I clearly know that price is going to come. Price is going to come probably here, or to this fair value gap. Do you see that? I hope you guys can see. So what do? I will put my buy limits here, a buy limit here, another one here, and another one there, and I'll have 3 of those. So the one that comes in first, then it will go. There's another one up there, but I can't buy in premium. I only sell in premium. So if I wanted, I would actually put a sell now to take me where? To take me here. So let me, does this one doesn't actually allow to change the lot size, but I can make a sell here because of that, and I'm going to put my stop loss, tight stop loss there. It may come to give us a double top there to take me out, but it may not. That means I will only buy, I only sell it to that level. I'll only sell it to this level. Now I've entered my sell, only one position, just because I know this is a pullback that is going to happen. So it may try to find my SLs there, but at the end of it all, it has to come down. It has to look for this level here and then give us a clean buy entry. All right, so I want now to remove this. I want now to remove this and delete it. How do I sfib? Okay, delete. All right, so that is V101S for us there. Those who are following, you can always keep coming back and check on the analysis, because these sessions stay online on YouTube. Yes, Yasin says, who else noticed that Dan wanted to show us something, but later pardoned when he added Bollinger's. I know, the one I wanted to show you, it will take time. It will take time. It needs like 20 minutes or so. So that's why I had to use Bollinger Band to just confirm to you something that I wanted to confirm with you with another strategy. So, but it all works the same thing. It all works the same thing. So, sorry about that, Yasin. Probably the next time. Probably next time, or I may actually do a video about it. We'll start to do individual videos of some of these strategies and some of these technical analyses that I normally use here. I'll be doing some of those, not frequently, because I don't have time to do the editing. I know how to edit. I'm a graphics designer, so I know everything. But time to do all that. That's why you haven't seen me even do the what we call the open of my channel yet. I have everything, but I have not gotten time to actually go into designing one. But very soon, once I get some time, I will do some bit of changes here and there to make the channel to look as probably professional channel, probably, yeah. So, but for now, those will be doing the live sessions, because for them I don't have to do a lot of things. I have my software that I use, and I do all these things that you're seeing here. So right now, allow me to go to oh, this thing is trying to come for my assets. It's okay. I'm risking how much? Close to $3. It's fine. So if it wants to take it, let it take it. But I don't want to risk more than that, because I'm aiming at a 1 to 3 there. So I don't want to risk more than that. All right, now let's jump to V75. So volatility is 75. Here we come. What are you showing us today? So those who remember, I entered these two entries or positions when, let me check. This is when I entered them. That was when where's my, okay, that was on on 30th. So that's when I made my entries there. They were early entries, and I put my stop loss. I have never shifted my stop loss. You can see, I mean, I'm still having my $20 risk there set. But if it goes into my favor, which I'm somehow certain, like 80% certain that it is going to continue my way according to the analysis, then I'll be looking at taking $70 right there. So it's a 1 to 3.5 there, risk to reward ratio is what I'm aiming at. So those who remember, this is a sell, I mean this is a buy that I'm still in. So one position is in profits, the other one is in floating losses currently. So this one is in profits already, the other one is in floating losses. So I want to now look at what is happening. Do I close my entries or I'm still in the game? It looks like I'm still in the game. So those who want to actually join me in this game, something I've seen that is actually going to happen. Let's do this. This is a high, this is our low. So you want to make your entries when price comes to this fair value gap. That's where you want to put your probably your buy limit or your sell limit. In fact, I'll add one. I'll add one here, a buy limit of 0.02. No. We put a 0.05 here, 0.05 here, 0.05 here, and then 0.05. And then once it comes there, then my buy limit will be activated, and then I'll have 3 entries on this very asset, and I'll be aiming, of course. Okay, I haven't checked. Let me copy my stop loss here, and of course put it also. Put a stop loss. Don't want to risk a lot. Modify. All right, that is now locked in because of the fib. That is a previous high, this is a previous low. I'm looking for discount to buy from the discount level there. That's what I have done. We'll wait for this to come back down below. Why do we say we wait? H1, it's going to sort of give us the oversold down below. Actually, it is oversold already, so it's looking for the sell down below. So it may come to that fair value gap, even exceed it to the lower, to that order block down below on H4. So it may even exceed it, but me, I will take my entries there, and then according to M15, you can clearly see what is happening. You can clearly see what is happening. Yeah, so this is something like this. Hope I'm right. I hope I'm right. This is a low that gave us that high. No, that gave us this high. So we have 2 points. It would have made sense if we had 3. Made sense if we had 3. So we wait for that. This is not yet conclusive, so don't follow this pattern here, but it sort of gives you what is happening. This is sort of a rising wedge. So from the 2 points that we have, it's a clear rising wedge, but we need to have a 3rd point to confirm this. All right, so now I wait for that. This is M15, by the way, so that's, I wanted to confirm the sell there. I wanted to confirm the sell, so probably to give us that, probably back in a bit, then later on go down, or it will not and continues down below. Alright, so now I leave that at that. So those who love scalping, I may say you have a chance there to make your entries. So leave this at H1 and we'll come back to it probably tomorrow, later on, before we finish. Alright, now we jump to M to volatility 50. Look at Felix. You know us, yes. It's always hard. Even making my own posters to bring here. I had to fix yesterday sometime and make the one for BTC. I haven't posted it. I'm going to show it to you later on today. According to the schedule that I actually came up with, how we'll be doing it for the BTC. So I don't know why. It's always hard. It's always hard. I feel like I have all the time. I will do it later, but I keep on pushing it, and I fail to do my own work. You're right, sir. You're right. You're not lying about that. All right. So let's now jump to V50. V50. Let's leave this alone for now. This is V50. So V50, it broke our level there, and from what we saw yesterday, we said actually this will be a short buy to take us there and later on sell. So currently, in fact, I would enter my sells in my buys here. I don't want to wait because the retracement happened already. I will make my 3 entries and try to push my buys. But this is going to be a short one there, and another one will be around there. Yes. So if you're entering this, please check your what? Check your risk to reward properly, because the entry is there. I can't wait anymore for this short buy. This is a short buy to give me some kind of money and later on come into the sales. And why do we say we're coming into the sales? That's the reason why, looking at D1, we have a clear sell, but looking at H4, we are sort of in a pullback. So D1 is a pullback to that level, grab liquidity on the breaker block. Remember, we've been breaking structure. We are in sales. We are making lower lows and lower highs, lower lows and lower highs. So the anticipation is for a lower high either here or there, and then later on come into sales probably to this, or be here, or even more. So we will be waiting for that. For now. So if you guys, anyone who loves following V50, you know that it is not that volatile. It's only that it is a heavy asset because of its lot size, but it's not that volatile. So it's rare to find it volatile. It's very rare. Sometimes it's volatile, but not that much like other assets, that the ones we know. So that's why I've decided to make my entry there, according to the analysis we've been following for some time. All right, so I will leave that at that. I will probably if I don't want to mess around, I will just probably bring my SL just below there. This is what am I risking? 13. That's a lot compared to what I'm looking for. So probably look for 10, and I'm looking for 40. What is here? Let's see what is here. 1 to 2. Okay, 1 to 2. Okay, not bad, as long as it's not a 1 to 1. As long as it's not a 1 to 1, I'm okay with it. Yeah, 148. Then yeah. All right, so that is it. V50. I've locked in my entries. I'm going to risk around $10 to try to look for 1 to 2, which is 20 or 40. My first tip is here, and as I drag in my I trail my stop losses into profits. So that is that. Now we shift to jump 25. Let's check. We have okay. Yasin says, guys, don't forget to tap on that thumbs up icon. Oh, thank you, Yasin. Thank you. Please like and subscribe those who haven't. Oh, please, also there's a share button. Share to those ones who love trading, those who want to learn some of these things. Because whenever we are analyzing, I talk about a lot of things that people probably may want to use in their own trading charts and what have you. So you can always share to them, and they join us. No offense, no problem. This is a worldwide platform. Anyone can join us. So now we are on jump 25. Jump 25. All right, so jump 25. Now we have, I made my entry. One, I think there are 2 entries there. So I made my entries when let's see, they are still holding. The profit is that tight, just below there, that lower low, and they've been holding for some time. But remember, I told you guys that for you guys to enter, please try to find this, wait for something like that. Yesterday, Felix asked me why I normally make my entries earlier on some assets and on some structures. It's because sometimes I'm looking for a tight entry so that I can reduce on my risk and have a bigger reward. So sometimes it's because of that. But in my classes, I normally teach. I don't teach these things. And that's why I normally tell you guys, don't do what I do. My risk appetite may not be the same as yours. So, and how the losses impact me may not be the same. So how I react to the emotions may not be the same to you guys. Remember, trading is a psychology. Professor teaches you psychology, whether you want or not. So the way you handle emotions when you're in losses or in floating loss is always different to another person. So please don't follow this. Try to follow where I always put the entry points, the entry marks. Probably you always try to follow such whenever I put them. All right, so now what are we seeing? We are currently seeing a triple bottom, and it's not that a lot, but I've seen something different. This becomes now a descending triangle. Now a descending triangle, most of the times 80% it always goes into cells. a descending triangle. Just keep with me for a moment there. I show it to you. Why do I say it's a descending triangle? Look at that. That's a low that gave us that high. This is a low that gave us that high. And all these 3 points are on the same level. That becomes our descending triangle. And unless it is on support, yes, it's somehow on that support, then we may anticipate a breakout on this other side, which now will become a reversal. But most of the times it is always giving us the cells. Descending triangles, most of the times when they break down below, they are always giving us cells, and whenever we see them in the market, they are always somehow continuation patterns. They are always somehow continuation patterns because they're part of continuation. So looking at that there, so someone may say that after consolidation, or if it happens to break, of which according to H4 we are not seeing that, but if at all it keeps on what we are seeing, it's going to move exactly that very move to this level here. This will be the exact move. This will be the exact move. This will be our TP if we are to calculate or to measure our TP level. If it happens to break from down below, then it will take me out there, and I'm still holding my stop losses, but I want to make some sort of more analysis before I can be big-headed to hold on with my positions. Yeah, I want to somehow be a bit big-headed according to D1. According to D1, I want to keep with my position, though we may see a manipulation. I think I no longer need, or we still need, because let me change this to something different so that they don't confuse you guys. Let's just make them like that. We make them like that so that they are not confusing us. So we know that that is H4 there, and then we know that this is H1 here. That's the descending triangle there is H1, and if it happens to give us what we want, then we'll have our entries. We will have our entries once it breaks that level up here or up there. But this will be the most realistic one because it is a bit low, and it will be breaking out of the descending triangle. And will be breaking out from the descending triangle going into the buys. So if the manipulation happens, it will take me out. I'm losing about how much? I'm losing about probably $20, $18 there if it takes me out on both entries. If it comes to manipulate and take me out, let's see. Is this manipulation valid? Yeah, it is valid actually. This manipulation is valid. This manipulation is valid. And I don't want to increase my stop losses, so let me allow the loss if it continues, because the more I increase, the more you see something different and you increase your stop losses, the higher you're increasing your risk, and the more you're reducing on your capital. So the capital you started with, remember, your capital is not the capital that you started with when you're trading. Your capital is the capital that you've started with that very day. Today morning is your capital, so you protect it. You're trying to protect it. You're not trying to protect the very initial capital. It's no longer the capital you've added on, so you keep on increasing. Yes, it is profits, but do you want to be lazy and make risks that are not supposed to be there just because you're already having bigger profits? No. Every day, whatever is left on your account becomes your capital, and you do whatever it takes to protect that capital. I hope that point sinks in. If you've not been doing that, please then you need to come to my class and learn risk management. Exactly. You need to pay some tuition. All right, so I'm no longer seeing the cursor. Oh, sorry. I hope you're now seeing it. Henry Orekan, good morning. Oh, Eunice. Good morning, Eunice. Yasin says, I like that big-headed, the big head that makes cash. Yasin, it sometimes it loses it, but later on it again recovers it. I'm no longer seeing the cursor. Sorry about Yasin, I don't know if it's actually visible now, but yeah, if you can see the charts, I think you'll be able to see the cursor. So this is jump 25. Allow me to leave it for now. Like I've said, for you guys, we wait for entry on this level, entry on that level. If the sell continues, because we know that the descending triangle always shows us a bigger percentage shows us sells, but according to the analysis on H4 and where we are currently, we are sort of like on a support on H4 there. That is an order block there where we are currently. So that's why I'm anticipating a reversal kind of move to the buys to take us all the way back there. And you can see one of my entry has been taken out. Like I said, I don't want to risk a lot, so I will keep the stop losses where they are and allow the loss than increasing my risk, because like I said, this is a descending triangle, so it may choose to, you know, leave around everything and goes with this move, the same move I've talked about. Because it is a descending triangle here on H1, it may continue with this sell to all the way to this level. So I don't want to increase my risk here just because I've hardened my heart to the buys. I'm still biased to the buys. No, I rather allow the loss and then re-anticipate later what actually, if this was a manipulation, then we'll get to know that later, or if this actually is going to continue with the sell move. Let's look at the weekly. The weekly says buys, the daily says buys, and the H4 says buys. So this, I can conclusively say it's a manipulation. It's a manipulation. All right. So allow me to leave this right now. It's going to take me out, but then I will later on get other entries and recover that loss of $18. So first 6. So it's now on the 12th one. If it takes it out, then I will be looking for how to recover. This is jump 25. All right, let's now move on to another asset. Another asset which is going to be Boom 500. Boom 500. Boom 500. Boom 500. So for those that have been waiting for entry like us on this very asset, we are still waiting. Nothing conclusive yet. But what we can say right now is we wanted to have our entries, our sell entries, when it gets to that upper level there, but it hasn't reached. And from what we can see currently, we had some bit of a pullback. This is H4. This is H4. So D1 says sells, weekly says sells. So what is not happening? H4 says a bit more buys. That's why we were anticipating a return to that level. What does Bollinger say? It's been a while since we used Bollinger. Okay, this is weird. Daily. So I want to go to H1. I want to go to H1. Now H1, it did this. It did that, and it's somehow currently in a range according to H1. Somehow in a range. The range I'm talking about is this and that, this level and that level. That is somehow the range it is in. So until it gets enough momentum, and that momentum should be coming from certain liquidity left back. So I wouldn't use M1 as my analysis as of now to analyze and conclusively enter this trade. I would rather wait for it a bit more. It's going to get back there. Going to get back there. Grab some liquidity there. Grab some liquidity there. So this candle has just started. This may be just a week, and later on into the buys. So we still have 3 more hours full for this candle to close. So I will wait until 3, then I will make a conclusion in this asset. And you can see even why I say some buys, the buys are still on somehow, because price is already above our 10 MA, and you know what that means. Price is above our 10 MA. So this is boom 1000, I mean boom 500. Let me actually try to find where I can make my entries from now that I've seen that. That's a double top on M15. So let's look at how we can make some quick money here. Those who love risking, that's from what we see from there, that's a good thing. We can take our profits here. We can even take them down below there. So what is it going to be? Is it going to be, this is here, this is okay, this here, H1, okay. All right, so I have my entries here. I'm going to make 3 entries. 1, 2, 3. And those entries, I want to take profits here. And another one will be here. So this here, if I take it here, what will it be? This will be 11. Here, where do I be anticipating my stop loss? So I'm going to just drag my stop loss on the second, above the second candle there, so I don't want to risk a lot. Just below there, I mean just above there, because I already have a double bottom, and this is the neckline. This is a neckline. It may not reach my stop loss. It may not reach my stop loss. When it makes a pullback here, it may not reach my stop loss. That's why I put it there. But if it does, let's see, I'll be risking, depending on the volatility it comes with on that buy candle, then I'll be risking not more than $10, depending, because I have here 4, so and remember it doesn't respect that, so I may add more 6, so it may take around 10 or less than that, depending on the on how volatile, on how big the spike will be. Yeah. All right, I want to leave that at that. Remember, this is a short sell to grab liquidity here and then continue the buys according to H4. So don't get confused. Let me remove this. Let me remove this so that you understand it better. So don't get confused why I've entered a sell here. It's just a pullback on M15 and H1. Then have my buy. I'm waiting to have my sales, clean sales up there. So the sales here are just because we don't have a clear break of structure on higher time frame. We don't have. This low was taken out. Yes, it gave us this low, but this level hasn't been taken out yet. So this, wait a minute, this is H4. We may be in sales, guys. We may be in sales. Why do I say that? This was a high, gave us a low here, gave us a high there, then came here, broke out, broke from that level, broke this lower low here on this level here, on the lower higher low here. It broke this higher low here, then it has returned to it. This is a return to that very low where the break of structure there. Now the cells are on. Now if these cells break this level, then and it gives us a new high, because this now here, it will give us a new low. Now we've changed, we've shifted from the uptrend to the downtrend. So if it gives us a new lower low down below, then you know, we'll be knowing that sales have started in full swing. This has just come to light, so allow me to explain it a bit more. This is a break of structure there to give us a new high, but it failed to come to give us a new higher high there. Actually, it came, instead of reacting from this level, it went all the way and broke the previous low, which is this level. This is the previous low. So it broke out that line there you're seeing, that black line there you're seeing. It broke out that level. It broke out the lower low. This was a higher low, It broke out from that higher low. Then it gave us a lower low. Now, after giving us a new lower low here, it went ahead and retested from the previous higher low, or call it from the previous low where it broke structure from. And right now what we can anticipate is that this is somehow a new lower high that has been created. So right now, if we are to anticipate, this would be a move to bring us to a new lower low down below. So be cautious. You want to first take some bit of money and then wait until you see how it is. But according to price action, we are in sales currently. We have started sales. Leave alone what CCI is showing us here. But from what we see here on the main chart, we are in sales. But this is a caution. Before you go full swing in sales, if you look at daily, things change. The analysis changes. The analysis changes. The break of structure was here. If you look at D1, the break of structure was here. This was where the break of structure was. And this candle reacted back to that very break of structure, came back to it. You can see this red candle came back to it. And this one, this green candle currently, remember this is a low, this is the low here, this is the low that gave us that high. So if this low has not been taken out according to daily, we are still in buys. According to daily, please mark this. If this low is not yet taken out according to daily, then we are still in the buys. Until this low is taken out to give us a new lower low here, then we have no sells, clean sells that we want right now. We can't say we are in a selling trend or we are in a downtrend until this low is taken out. So you mark that. What can confirm the sells would be the double tops, probably something else. But for price action currently, we can't conclude and say we are in sales according to daily, but we can say we are in sales right now according to H4 because we have that break of structure. The previous low was broken and has been retested, and now we can see the sales are in. So we want to sell cautiously on lower time frames right now, like I'm doing right now. You want to have your cautious entries of sales right now because that was a confirmed break of structure there. All right, I think I've said a lot on that so far, and I wish to go to another asset. Hey, really, the cursor is not seeing. Are you guys sure? And there's a bit of a problem on my end. I don't know. I'm not sure. All right, so that is Boom 500. Now the last asset is Jump 10. Jump 10. I've seen a comment, someone saying I analyze V25. We'll look at it probably tomorrow because right now time has gone. So far I've exceeded my usual time, 15 minutes extra. So this is a Jump 10. Jump 10. I've talked a lot on that asset, Boom 500, because it had a lot of issues we needed to first rectify. So Jump 10, yesterday it gave us money here, but then it didn't reach our TP level. It had some resistance from that fair value gap. The fair value gap that was already reacted on earlier. This was a pennant, and we had that entry. I failed to go, I wasn't online to monitor it, so it later on went ahead and took me out. This is the move I'm talking about. Oh, I had brought my TP into profits. I mean my SL into profits. Okay, I had forgotten about that. So this is where the sell entry was. This was capitalizing on this being a pennant, and it failed to reach that. But right now, instead it has somehow given us a new structure. So let's look at a new structure there. Let's look at a new structure. If this is now this is a high that has given us this low, this is a high that has given us this low. All right, now we have that, and should we move out this low hasn't been finished yet. No, it remains like that. So that was a breakout on the falling wedge. So that now becomes clear. Now that becomes clear, this is no longer needed. Now that this, we look at H4, now we know what is going to happen. Remember, we are in a buy trend, so we wanted to grab liquidity on this level, but it failed. Let's look at FIB. Did it reach the discount level? It just touched it and went ahead. Look at that. Yesterday, those who remember, it was here, and we wanted to have a confirmation, and as long as it goes into the discount, and you can see it came just below the 50 there, grabbed that liquidity there, and then continued into the buy. Those who have been following the episodes, you know what we're talking about. So right now, what do? We can see that we have sort of a resistance there that has happened, and it's trying to push this up, down below. H1 says that, H4 says we're buying, D1 says we are buying, but low momentum is seen. So this pullback may still be valid. This pullback may still be valid. So if this candle closes, then I will have another analysis in this form. For now, I'm not going to use it to make my conclusions, but I'll just put it there. But if this candle closes, then this resistance trend line there will be valid, and then we'll have something as probably a channel that will be dragging us into consolidation according to H4 and daily, to be something that will be dragging us into some bit of consolidation. That's a high that gave us that low, then this then gave us that high. Alright, so that means price will be moving within, then until it reaches our clear discount levels that we were actually anticipating on this and that. Because if you see clearly on daily, price can't just move like that. It can't just move like that. It can't just move like that. So anticipation is, it gives us some bit more of consolidation, and then later on gives us this exact move when it has broken out, probably here or probably down below there, but probably it will break out from this level. So we'll be waiting for that. So I want to submit this for now as my analysis on jump 10 asset. So let me check, do we have some comments here? Let's see. Please check with V25. Sir Henry, we will look at it tomorrow. You were asking which asset. The assets are always shown down below there. Now the one that we are on is jump, did I put it there? Yes, jump 10 is the one we are on currently. So you will always see them on your right, on the right of your screen. It will always be shown there, the asset that I'll be talking about. All right, otherwise right now I want to just make a quick overview or a quick recap of where we started from, and we'll see if something is taking place. Okay, exactly what I said. You can see that the sales are moving on into within that channel like how we anticipated. So our buys are still valid here. The buy limits here are still valid. This is crash 500. Let me now remove. I'll be talking about them only. So crash 500, the sale is on. It's going to be playing within that channel there. This is a channel on H1 that is happening currently. After the breakout from that rising wedge, it actually immediately entered the channel. So it's a channel now we are seeing movement happen in. Boom 500. Boom 500. We had a breakout there, and said around once this hour closes, I may have my sales depending on how I find confirmation. But yeah, we had that breakout, and this was a channel breakout out of that channel. Now we know that this is a continuation of the previous trend. The previous trend is the sales, so we'll be looking for sales. So this is just a pullback, and then sells later on boom 1000. This is boom 1000, I repeat. Then V10, V10, let's look at that. The pullback didn't actually happen according to H1, so it took my entries there. That was around $2. Yeah, I'm okay with that because I wanted to have that pullback down below so that I can have my entries here of buys. Either way, I will wait for that. If it doesn't happen, then I have no entry. If I don't have a pullback on a clean pullback, this I don't call it a pullback. This candle here, I can't call it my pullback that I usually look for. So if it doesn't give me a pullback, then I have no entry on this asset for the buys. I will wait for it. If it doesn't happen, I'm okay with that. V75, we had a breakout there, and now we are looking for this is a sort of a rising wedge, those who remember. Let's look at M15. So the pullback there, if the pullback goes back inside, then we have no entry. If it happens to close outside, then we have some sort of entry for the sells. Now sells, they are going to be short to just come down below, grab the liquidity on this level, or because I'm looking at it coming down below to this order block. This is an H1 order block, so it comes back here probably to grab the liquidity there and activate my buy limit. That will be my third entry point, and then later on we get into these buys. We are bullish on V75 in the longer run. If we are to swing on higher time frame, we are bullish. So this will just be a pullback to probably activate a buy limit and grab liquidity on that order block, on that fair value gap, and then move ahead to the buys. So just be waiting for that. M15, probably we may wait for it on M15. V50, of course, I made my entry there. Like I said, it is low volatile. This is just taking advantage of this pullback to that level there, and then grab the profits all to this level here, this line, this red line there, this red arrow there. Grab the profits, then wait for entries for the sells, because we are bearish. We are selling according to higher time frames. We are selling. So this is just to bring our H4s and other lower time frames to the same level as that of the other bigger time frames. Jump 25, and you can, as you can see, that the manipulation is continuing. So if it goes here, we will be seeing some sells probably come back all the way here, because now it is respecting the descending triangle we talked about. It is respecting the descending triangle, but we may not see actually continue this sell to all the way down below here. We may not see that, but we will wait. Remember, it is in that level there. It has been moving in that kind of sense. So somehow it is following it up. Somehow, if I do this, you can see it is somehow following it up. This is the low there, this is the low there. High, low, then fail to go up there. So right now it is continuing. It means sellers still have momentum. Why do we see that? There's a pullback, there's liquidity here. That is a liquidity that is trying to grab, and even here. So whichever it chooses to go with, then later on we see the sells, the buys come in the longer run. In fact, let me first zoom in this so that it becomes a bit clear without all that, and I show you this. I had forgotten to show it to you when we were analyzing this. So according to weekly, it confirms that the sale may actually continue. Why? Because we are looking to buy, but the buy will only come when we are in discount. So this will be the most valid level. This level here will be the most valid because it's a fair value gap on the weekly. It's a fair value gap on the weekly that is below or that is in the discount, or that is below 50%. So right now I may say I may actually change my analysis and make my sales, because I know that price probably will come to this level. Let me just put it this as the side. It will probably come to this level, but not in straight line as usual, you know that. So going back to H4, this sell is valid. Should we wait for a retest? Let's wait and see. Now that we are reaching to that level there, let's wait and see if it will actually give us a retest. Then we will be looking for sales, because now we've seen, according to weekly, we are continuing to sell. We are continuing to sell because it has to grab liquidity before it continues to buy. It has to grab the liquidity it left back below here or there. All right, so that is jump 25. It's now cleared. The sale on my Boom 500 is clearly moving on as planned, and it's going as planned. Really, you can see it. So now it has gone below my 10 MA on H1. I will wait for it to be below 10 MA on H4, then I will confirm and probably bring my SL into profits. All right, that is Boom 500, and this will just sync. So you just wait. You can have your sales to take you down below here because it's going to keep consolidating within this channel that it has created so far from these other 2 points. But this candle, remember, has it closed. That's why I don't want to make any entries until that candle closes, to confirm that this is actually a high that has failed to break through. All right, let me wish you guys a good day. Thanks again for being with me today. We've prolonged it. Wow, we've prolonged our analysis 1.5 hours. All right, let me wish you guys a good day. See you tomorrow same time. Probably tomorrow we will not have this extended. We always try to aim at strictly 1 hour of analysis. And then before I close, I promised that I would share with you when we are going to actually be analyzing BTC together. So it comes every Tuesday and Friday. We'll be analyzing BTC together from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. strictly 1 hour. We'll be analyzing only one asset, so we'll just go into bits of it, understand it better. Currently, just to give you an overview, we are in a consolidation according to weekly, and we are sort of now selling on lower time frames. So that's what is happening on BTC, but I'll talk about that tomorrow from 1 p.m. tomorrow is Friday, so tomorrow 1 p.m. East African time to 2 p.m. we'll be together to analyze BTC together. Otherwise, let me wish you guys a good day and take care. If you see an entry, you can either, those who are not on our Deriv group, you can either email me or you can ask my number, my WhatsApp number in the chats. Then I'll be able to give it to you, and we share and we see if we have an entry, or if we don't have an entry, then we take it from there. Otherwise, those who are on the group, you can always share and we see if we have an entry or if we don't, according to what we've analyzed here on our points of interest. We've talked a lot. I think I talk a lot. Okay, let me wish you guys a good day. See you tomorrow, same time, and also don't forget the BTC analysis at 1 p.m. tomorrow. See you guys.